You are watching Morning Musings with Reinhard von Hennings, chairman and founder of Bridge House Law in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Who wants to buy Candy Crush? Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennings. Let's start the other way around. What is Candy Crush? Candy Crush is a highly popular and also, I have to say, addictive mobile puzzle game, which was developed by King, a game development company based in Stockholm. It was initially released for Facebook in 2012 and later expanded to different platforms such as iOS and Android. Candy Crush from Sweden gained quickly widespread recognition and became one of the most successful mobile games of all times. Candy Crush has amassed an enormous user base since its launch. As of the latest available data, the game boasts over 270 million monthly active users worldwide. The widespread appeal can be attributed to a very simple but also very addictive gameplay, colorful graphics, and the fascination of match 3. That's a mechanic which makes it easy to play, easy to pick it up, and easy to go on. So Candy Crush combines the user base and is prominent in the gaming industry. And now Microsoft wants to buy it. Microsoft had an ambitious takeover plan, but it faced regulatory hurdles in the US, in the EU, and in the UK. In a twist of stunning events, the European Union regulators have now given the green light for Microsoft to acquire for $69 billion the video game parent company Activision Blizzard. The approval comes as a significant boost for the deal. However, it still faces roadblocks in the United States and in the United Kingdom. While the US Federal Trade Commission and the UK regulators expressed concerns over potential competition issues, the European Union decided to approve the acquisition after Microsoft made substantial commitments. So in other words, there was a deal being offered. Those components included fair competition and access to Activision developed games. The EU approval is now out. But what's happening in the United Kingdom? To appease European Union officials, Microsoft agreed that rival companies would gain access to the Activision development games, such as Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and of course, the beloved Candy Crush. So the agreement between Microsoft and the European Union will make sure that all future Activision games available online, available on a cloud-based device, and the European Union emphasized that these commitments would benefit competitors and consumers as it expands the Activision games to different platforms. So what is the reaction? Of course, Microsoft and Activision are enthusiastically welcoming the decision by the European Union. Microsoft Vice Chair and President Brad Smith expressed his satisfaction with the European Commission. However, with the completion of the deal, Microsoft would be now the third largest revenue-generating gaming company worldwide, surpassing Apple and trailing Tencent and Sony. So what's the deal in the UK? While the EU cleared the approval, the UK Competition and Markets Authority reiterated its decision to reject the Microsoft Activision merger. The UK regulatory body criticized the ruling of the European Union and say it would grant Microsoft the ability to dictate the market terms over the next 10 years. So what's the status in the US? In the United States, the status is rather uncertain. FTC has voiced concern and blocked the deal in December 2022. The US regulatory body also expressed apprehensions about potential harm on competition as well as on consumers. However, it's worth noting that there is some development possible. While the EU and the UK have contrasting opinion, the US could future stage the scenario different. So Microsoft may present a revised proposal which overcomes all the objections raised by the FTC. So as a company you want to merge, as a company you want to be acquired, what are the key takeaways? Number one, competition concern. Antitrust is a global concern, and in global mergers more relevant than ever. Number two, commitments and remedies. If you're out in the market, you need to address antitrust concerns, and the merging parties very often propose scenarios how to mitigate the problems and how to maintain competition. Number three, regional variances. Europe is not the UK, is not the US. So the antitrust scrutiny may differ from each jurisdiction. The regulatory bodies express their own legal framework. They follow their own legal guidelines. And as we see now here, EU, UK, and the US have taken different approaches. Number four, what is the deal with the market power? What is the deal with the dominance of one company? Regulators will always closely examine the potential in the market and how does this market potential have a negative impact if this merger will take place? Which leads to the fifth question, what are the long-term implications? Will there be a long-term shift of competition, reducing incentives for market entry and for innovation? Because at the end, it's all about protecting us, the customers, the consumers, the people out there. So let's bring it home. Antitrust scrutiny on a global picture differs from country to country. The current planned acquisition by Microsoft of Acquisition Blizzard and, of course, taken over the beloved Candy Crush game is still out in the open, and different regulatory landscapes come to different regulatory results. While we see the different results, it's important to keep in mind that the regulatory authorities are open to arguments. So if you're done in one country and you got a denial, look into why other countries allowed it, and especially why other countries allowed a certain niche to be seen or valued a certain anti-competitive measure which you proposed in a different way. So only if you as a global company is able to address the regulatory concerns, then are you able to do the merger, and then we as consumers have a successful approach to a brand new gaming world. Let the games begin.
Whether you're a private citizen, an international business leader, or simply someone eager to stay on top of the latest news, this book is a great way to get caught up on the most recent developments in the worlds of international business, tax, politics, and social affairs. Go to morningmusings.com and order your copy today.
Thank you for joining us today. If you would like more information about British House Law, please visit our website at bridgehouse.law. Before you go, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more up-to-date content. Bridge House Law, business-minded, client-focused.